And basically, guys, you're going to see a comeback story that you've never seen before. I'm back. What's up, guys? Welcome to the 16-minute podcast. I'm Damon Feldman, and today I have the two-time world cruiserweight champion, heavyweight contender, father, friend, husband, great business guy, Navy cadet, I guess, Steve Cunningham. What's up, Steve?
Oh, what's up? How you doing, man?
Man, it's great to see you. I saw you the other day at the fights. I was like, bang, I got to get this guy on. You know, it's like your guy was a two-time world cruiserweight champion. It's just, what's the feeling to be a two-time world champion?
It's amazing, man. It's like you do it the first time, and it's the best feeling ever. You know, not too many things can match winning your first world title and defending it successfully.
Sure.
But then, you know, getting a second world title is, man, it's beyond, you know, the icing on the cake. You know, it's like validation. You know, it's like,
right.
Hey, my first one wasn't a mistake. You know, I'm a champ. You know, I'm a true champion. You know.
Oh, there's no doubt. But you're a champion inside and outside the ring. Just, you know, watching
Appreciate
your journey,
that.
what you did for your family and kids. But let's get to the fight thing. So you're originally from Philly, right?
Yeah, man, Philadelphia, born and raised.
That's amazing. Like you're in part of history, man. You're one of the few world champions out of Philadelphia. And
yeah,
who was your favorite fighter of all time? Like who was the guy you looked up to that you were looking to be like when you were up and coming?
I mean, I had a lot of guys, a lot of fighters that I looked up to. You know, first I'll start off when I was younger. It was like Sugar Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran. You know, I seen those guys fight coming up as a kid, and then it's like, wow. Then of course Mike Tyson. You know, he came in and blew everybody away. Evander Holyfield. One of my favorites though of all time, two of my favorites of all time, Mildred Taylor and Roy Jones. You know.
Yeah.
Those two, man, they were my favorites of all time. You know, even Sugar Ray Leonard, you throw him in there also. But those three, they were significant, you know, and in my view of boxing, you know, how a champion should look, how a champion should be physically fit, how a champion should you know, act in the ring, you know, and that's where I modeled myself after those three guys a bit.
That's awesome. I mean, now because of Jones, now he's fighting Tyson. Do you ever want to fight? Are you ever interested in taking Jones on? Was that like one of your
taking Roy on? No, I thought that would be a possibility at a point, you know, at the, you know, probably years ago, probably like 5-6 years ago when I fought Tarver. Yeah. But you know, I didn't, you know, want to fight Roy. Roy is. I was with him a few weeks ago. He's out here in Pittsburgh training to get ready for his fight. So I took my son up to the gym to spar one of his guys. But and we talked, you know, we're pretty cool. And I wouldn't. I mean, I didn't think it would happen because it wasn't anything in it, you know. It wasn't anything in it. But I didn't want to fight Roy, you know.
Right.
But anybody would fight anybody if the money's right, you know.
Well, for the right money. Who do you? So, what do you think about him and Tyson? Who do you like?
I got Roy. I have Roy.
I do too. I really think that Roy's going to beat him.
Because Roy's been active. Roy's been active. You know, Mike hasn't been active. You know, it's a different world, man, and that's not the same Mike Tyson that the killer that we know. You know, but that's you know, Roy. Of course, it's not the same Roy exactly. You know, but you know, he's closer.
Mike hasn't fought in 15 years. You know.
Right. He's closer to the real Roy than Mike is to the real Mike. You know, so I pick Roy completely.
Yeah, definitely. So what in boxing, like, you know, I asked some crazy questions, interesting questions. Who's the guy you always wanted to fight but you never got a chance to fight?
Say that again.
Who's the guy you always wanted?
Say that again. You broke up. I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, no problem. Who's the guy you always wanted to fight but you never got a chance to fight?
David Haye. David Haye.
Really? Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. I wanted to fight David Haye badly at a point because he had the belts. I had one belt. He had all the other belts. And I thought that fight was going to happen. I wanted to fight David Haye badly. I would think about that fight during when I'm training. I thought it was going to happen once he beat Jean-Marc Marmot and took all the belts and took those belts, but I had the IBF, and it was like he ignored me. Like, hey, that guy doesn't exist, and he moved up heavyweight. So I was like, all right, I understood that. I understood. There probably wasn't any money in fighting me, but
there probably would have been undisputed.
It would have been, yeah, exactly. But the amount that it's either that I'm not going to call any. I'm not going to say any fighter scared to fight any champion scared to fight another fighter. That's ridiculous. I think it was just a good business move. Like, why take a chance with Cunningham? And this dude, he ran through Marco Huck. He gave Adamic a hell of a fight, or not. That was before Adamic. That was when I stopped Huck. It's like, man, why get this guy? He's rough. He can box. He's long. Why give him a chance?
When did you win your first world title? How many fights did you have?
I had 19 fights.
Yeah. Remember,
20 so I became 20-1.
That's awesome.
At the time, yeah.
Yeah, now your first fight you lose for the world title, but you came back won, then you lost.
Yeah.
That was awesome, man. That's amazing.
Yeah, man. It was a home-cooked thing they had going on in Poland. I was in Poland, and they got me.
I saw a split decision.
We went back.
Yeah.
No. I fought Christoph.
Oh, the Christian guy.
Yeah, Christoph. We fought him, and it was a robbery. They did so many things wrong and cheated in order to make sure their guy won the world title. And then from there, we got the immediate rematch because of the things that they did that was illegal.
Sure.
Then we won it. Went over there and won it. Clearly.
Getting into it, like basically, you wanted to make it. We're going to make two announcements here.
Right.
Let's go into the Tyson Fury. You knocked Fury down flat. I mean, it looked like he was out. Like they were bringing you in as a stepping stone, and all of a sudden, the second round, bang, had him out of there. Yeah. And when you lost, it was. I just saw that last night to really see it. Dude, that was definitely a foul. I mean,
no
the
doubt.
hell was that? Dude, he pushed your head back. You couldn't even see. Then you got hit. It was like hitting after the bell, basically.
Yeah.
The way you got hit, that was controversial. So would you be interested in calling Fury out in a rematch?
I mean, I'm completely. I would. I understand my position in boxing right now also, and I have to most definitely get in there, get a couple key wins, look good, and then we can be in that position to yell at Fury, hey, listen, we got some unfinished business. I'd love to. I would completely love to rematch Tyson Fury. I'm different. I became a different fighter, dealing with everything that went on in that fight. Yes, my career, I had some losses here and there, but there's been a lot going on in my life, man. That a lot of death, a lot of life, a lot of ups and downs. But I feel this time off has really set me on track. To a better path of understanding some things. So I would completely love to rematch Tyson Fury. That would be awesome right there. That would be beyond awesome for me.
Definitely. And he says you were the toughest fight of his career. Yeah. He says it to everyone. And if it wasn't Fury, we could take on Deontay Wilder, because Wilder, I sort of feel like that Tyson Fury Wilder thing's over with. The two fights, Fury won pretty commonly. Wilder keeps calling him out. So if he can't get Fury, why don't you take on the guy who put Fury on his ass? That's you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I would. You guys know me. I'd fight anybody. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Wilder, Joshua, it doesn't matter. I don't think Wilder will not turn down that third fight. I don't believe so. Right. That will happen. A lot of Wilder's fans are calling for it. The money is there. The buzz is there. I don't know. I don't think the Wilder would take a fight with Steve Cunningham right now. But I mean, I would fight. I would fight either. Wilder, Fury. It doesn't matter for me.
I'm just saying, because you're really in the thick of that, man. Like, you're the only other guy that, Fury tells everyone, and he puts in the media, you were the toughest fight of his career.
Yeah.
So Wilder I mean, I don't know. I just see it's like another guy that I still feel like Fury has to legitimately beat you to really say he beat you, because that wasn't. I can't look at that fight again and say, yeah, he really beat you, because that was controversial the way he elbowed you and that. But I'm just throwing that out here. But
yeah.
how
But look
about
at this though. Like even the guys, nobody's calling for a rematch with me. You know, no one, no fighter that I've ever fought is calling for a rematch. Even in those so-called close fights. You know, I fought Glasgow on HBO. There was no call for a rematch, even though everybody knew I won that fight.
Yeah.
And he was gifted adamant. He wasn't screaming for a rematch, you know, after our first fight or the second fight, you know, 4 or 5 years later. So it's just these guys, they won't call for a rematch because they know it's a hard fight. You know, they know what I bring to the table. I bring heart. I bring an in-ship fighter. I bring go get. You know, I bring that. You know, and you know, especially a guy who's already been through it. It's like, man, that was a close call. I just got out of that. You know, by the skin of my teeth. So
I mean,
we'll see,
you're just a true champion. I also was watching the Amir Mansour fight last night, dude.
Yeah.
When he dropped you, you know, not too many people would have got up from that. The way you came back, and you destroyed. Like, honestly, Mansour's face went from, after that one beating you gave him, and after you got up, man, his whole face blew up and busted up. And that was amazing. That showed who you really are. You know what I mean?
Touching, man, just touching him here, touching him there. It didn't have to be big, but his eyes were swollen. If that would have been 12 rounds, it would have been a stoppage. But you know, shout out to Amir Mansour, it's my buddy. For those who don't know, I've got a comic book coming out with that's starring me and Amir Mansour. You know, I created it, drawing it. USS Comics on Instagram, and I'm about to put it up for sale, put it out by the end of this month. But I turned that epic fight. Yeah, I turned that epic fight into a comic book. You know, you guys who don't know, I've been drawing since I was a kid. And
that's
man.
Awesome. So you're a cartoonist, or what are you?
Yeah. I got the prototype right here.
Oh, that's amazing, man.
Yeah, man. So that's me.
Yeah.
Mansour. It's my guy, Big John. You know, I got a whole like comic book universe, man. USS Comics. Turning our guys into superheroes, man. Turning the fighters into superheroes. And on the back, of course.
That is great, man. Brother Nassim, man. He was a great guy. I love that.
My guy, man. So yeah, man, it's an official comic book, man. Like an official comic book. So this is like the prototype. And let me show you when me and Mansour first meet. So this is like the prototype. And once we finish this, get back all the corrections and stuff. So this is basically me and Mansour literally at our weigh-in. You know,
that is interesting, man.
Yeah, man. Thanks, man.
And where's this? Where do you get these at?
So I basically drew everything, and the story, we came up with the story. But once I got a website we're working on and put the website out. But you go through my Instagram, my Facebook, USS Comics. You know, that's either
USS Comics. Okay.
Yep. That's it. That's us. That's me. So I've got stories for about to do one for Danny Garcia, comic book for Austin Trout. Yeah, man. So
this is amazing. Like, I love that stuff. Like, I never knew this was your hobby, and like,
yeah, man. I've been working on this Mansour comic for about 3 years. But
that's really cool.
Now that I have how it goes, the next ones are going to be much faster. But
I'll tell you the truth. You know what's crazy? So are you doing it all about fighters?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
turn because you know. I've been told, man, you look like a superhero. You like a superhero all throughout my career, and I've been drawing since I was a kid, you know, and I just started turning me into a superhero, you know, putting in
true, man.
Super
like
fiction.
The Black Panther, you know what I mean?
Right.
That's amazing.
Right. So that's basically what I've been kind of doing in my downtime, and you know, getting these stories together, making other characters, and this crap. It was really really took a while, man, but I finally got it. You know, I got it into a book, and we're gonna sell it. I got a pretty good following on Instagram. Probably about 700 people follow me now within the past couple years, and of me putting up the page. So I'm
And we
ready to
got to
rock.
get you out there more, man. You deserve it, man. This
Yeah,
is
yeah,
amazing, this comedy stuff.
yeah,
That is
yeah.
really cool. Nobody ever really did a boxer comic thing. I think this could
Right.
be really marketed right.
Yeah.
Like everything about you, I was talking about you know, when me, you and your wife are talking, there's so much to market you. You're not just some regular fighter, dude. You're
Right.
in the
Right.
Navy. So tell us again, how long were you in the Navy? What was your position in the Navy?
I was 4 years in the United States Navy,
Yeah.
aircraft refueler. I was on 2 aircraft carriers, USS America, which we decommissioned in '96, and then the USS Enterprise. Anything on the flight deck, we fueled it, refueled it, took fuel out. It was a good, it was a love-hate relationship, man, because that was a very hard job. That was
Yeah,
very
yeah.
hard, but we knew what it was doing for our future. So
That
we
it
did
taught
our
you a
job.
lot, definitely. And I mean, look what
Yeah,
you've done in your career. Like you have an
yeah.
illustrious career, really. Like it's a book, I think it's a movie, really, man. Like
Appreciate it,
just
man.
your whole
Thank you.
story. It's just, and the craziness is like you always knew about you, but you didn't fight in Philly a lot, right?
Nah,
Like, yeah,
I
we're
let me see. Throughout my career, 3 fights. 3 fights. But in
who
the beginning of my
promoted you?
career, in the beginning of my
Who was your
career,
promoter?
my professional career, I had a smaller promoter out of Chicago named Andy Zalewski, and we fought in Atlanta, downtown, down south, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina,
Yeah.
Tennessee, and then I signed with Don King in my 11th pro fight.
Oh,
And from there, I was fighting on those big undercards, but I was kind of buried on those undercards, but still earning a name throughout
sure.
the grassroots boxing community. And from there, boom, I get my title shot, and
And,
that was it.
and
It took me off.
because you won your titles, both titles overseas. That's really
Overseas,
interesting.
yes, Poland and Germany, yes,
Yeah,
yes,
it's crazy. Like you're this Philadelphia guy. You're like, and just what you've accomplished. Now, where in
yeah.
Philly were you from?
I was born in North Philadelphia off of 25th and Lehigh. Then
North Philly. Yeah.
yeah, North Philly. Then I moved around, bit West Philadelphia, Logan, Southwest Philadelphia, finished out back in Logan, graduated out of Germantown High School in 94. And from there, I joined the Navy.
And that's all. Who was your first trainer? Like who trained you when you started turning pro?
Man, my first trainer, so I would train myself and, before I even had a fight, but then there was this Marine guy named Coach Major Hansen, and he just started training me.
Okay.
And from there, he trained me for about a year and a half, and then from there, he had to go to another duty station, and I started getting trained by Anthony Chase, who was part of the 2012 Olympic training team
Okay.
these past few years. But
Yeah, I heard
so
of Coach Anthony, right?
Coach, yeah, so he
Yeah, nice guy.
basically,
Yeah.
he basically took me as an amateur into my first pro fight. And then from there, we kind of split ways, and I went with this guy, that guy, but then I ended up getting back with him for a couple fights. Like, actually, he took me to get my 2 world titles.
Wow, that's
My
awesome.
world title with, he took me to get my world title and defend it, So we,
You ever spar Klitschko or anybody?
oh, yeah. That
Did? Wow.
sparring Vladimir was the reason I decided to go heavyweight. I was
Yeah.
in between. I had just got kind of robbed of my belts in Germany fighting Johan Pablo Hernandez, and then I decided to go heavyweight. But in between that, I didn't know if I wanted to go heavyweight because I wanted to be the most dominant cruiserweight.
Yeah, sure.
And just I got a chance. My lawyer is the same lawyer as that Vladimir has. John Hornerer. So he was like, "Hey, Vladimir would love to use you in camp."
That's
For
awesome.
if he's fighting David Hay, and I went into camp and sparred with Vladimir, man, and I ended up being the one who was doing all the rounds with him. I got the camp bonus. I
Oh,
did
that's
about
great.
6-7 rounds with Vladimir. Every time we sparred,
Yeah,
and I was like, wow, if I can move with Vladimir, I can move with anybody.
that's
I can go
awesome.
heavyweight. So that was the reason why I decided to go heavyweight. Because I wasn't fully sure, like heavyweight.
Yeah.
But I did it. That's why.
So we're here. We wanted to make this big announcement you were going to do today on the 16th Minute Podcast. So tell everyone what you're interested in doing in a different fight league. You want to make your debut? Go ahead.
All right, so since it's been very difficult for me to get fights, in boxing, for a few reasons. Some fighters, they don't want to fight me. Other fighters want money to fight me. Even though I'm coming off a loss, fighters are like, man, they still know I'm dangerous. I'm always in shape. I'm always posting. I'm sparring. But so because and now we have COVID. But since this, I want to continue to fight. I'm not getting any younger, but I don't feel like I'm getting old at all. But with the doors of boxing kind of being shut for me, I've been looking at BKB, bare knuckle boxing, and I totally, it seems like such a great challenge, for me to jump into, because that's what I'm all about. That's why I chose to fight Tyson Fury, the big 6'9", 270-pound guy against a 205-pound fighter. I thought it was the ultimate challenge. I'm in it for the challenge. When bare knuckle boxing is different. It's different. It's a bit more dangerous, and it's a challenge I love to conquer. I would love to conquer.
So bare knuckle fighting championship champion is this guy, former U.S. champ. His name is Joey Beltran. I think automatically you could do a skip over. You don't even need to step in. Go right to the world title if we can make that work. What do you think?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Steve Cunningham versus Beltran. That's crazy.
Beltran.
He's a former UFC guy, but he's the world bare knuckle champ. But he doesn't have the boxing experience you have. I would love to get this together. So are you basically challenging the world champion now?
Oh yeah, I would completely. Listen, I'm a champion, man. I'm a fighter. I'm a champion, not just a fighter. I'm a champion. So if that opportunity presents itself, I am fully in. I'm fully in. Bare knuckles, gloves, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna give 100% like I always do, and be in top shape and intelligent and ready to go to work.
So there we go, man. Steve USS Cunningham, two-time world cruiserweight champ, once the world heavyweight bare knuckle fighting championship, Joey Beltran. Are you going to accept?
Oh yeah.
We're gonna see down the road.
Come on,
man.
Joey, pick it up, baby. Let's have it, Joey. Let's have it.
There we go. We did it, Steve. We did it, Steve. You're an amazing guy. Your family, your wife, your kids, what you did for your daughter Kennedy. You're just a great guy. I really appreciate coming on the 16th minute. And I hope you get this world title fight and make history fighting Beltran. And there you go, Steve USS Cunningham. Thanks for coming on the 16th minute.
All right, man. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Man. Thanks. We'll see you next week on the 16th minute.
Let's have it, Beltran. Let's have it, baby. What you say?
Do it.
Now, glutathione is a big word, but it's the body's own master antioxidant. So it's a scavenger for free radicals, for bacteria, and what's relevant now, viruses. This is new to the marketplace. There's no other product on the market that has the ingredient NACET.
And basically NACET increases the production of that glutathione that is in our body already to strengthen and enhance our immune system and keep it strong. Elevated sense of well-being. Supports muscle strength and endurance. Cognitive function. Powerful liver support. Energy. Helps blood sugar regulation. Superior bioavailability of key ingredients.
One of your best defenses against COVID is a strong immune system. Taking GSH Plus as a daily supplement does all that. And now we have the product out on the marketplace.